while living, be a dead man, thoroughly dead. And then whatever you do, just as you will be right. It's again what I called in the last program the backwards law. The law of paradox. That in one sense, the more dead you become, the more alive you become. The more soft you become, the stronger you become. Because this is the principle of bend and survive. Laziness is the mother of invention. How to achieve what you want to achieve by the easiest possible way, by letting go. And this, after all, is the height of intelligence.
Alan Watts had a truly one-of-a-kind way of looking at life. His perspective wasn't just different, it was profoundly liberating, challenging everything we think we know about existence, meaning, and happiness. When I first stumbled upon his teachings, it felt like stepping into an entirely new way of seeing the world, one that was both playful and deeply profound. Watts was a British philosopher, writer, and speaker who became a prominent figure in popularizing Eastern philosophy in the West during the 1950s and 60s. He didn't see himself as a traditional philosopher, though. He called himself a philosophical entertainer, and that's exactly what made him so captivating. His unique ability to explain complex ideas like Zen Buddhism, Taoism, and Hinduism using humor and simplicity opened the door for many Western audiences to explore these profound traditions. One of the central ideas that Alan Watts explored is the concept of your it, a realization that we are not separate from the universe but an integral part of it. His fascination with mysticism, spanning Zen Buddhism, Taoism, and Christian mysticism, led him to see a common thread in these teachings. The understanding that we, as individuals, are expressions of the whole cosmos. Watts didn't view God in the traditional sense, but as everything in existence, every rock, tree, and star. This understanding helps break the illusion of separateness and allows us to live with a sense of harmony and freedom. Thanks to the internet, Watts' timeless wisdom has resurfaced, reaching millions around the world. In this video, I want to share some of the most valuable lessons I've learned from him, ideas that offer a fresh, insightful way to navigate many of the challenges we face in our lives today. There's a common way of thinking that treats life like a journey, a long path with a destination somewhere in the future, something to strive for, like success, happiness, or fulfillment. But what if this approach is missing the point entirely? The idea is that life isn't about reaching a final goal or a grand destination. It's more like a piece of music or a dance. The purpose isn't to get to the end, but to fully engage with each moment along the way. Imagine listening to a symphony. The beauty of the music isn't found in reaching the final note. It's in experiencing each note, each rhythm as it happens. In the same way, life is to be lived and appreciated moment by moment. There's no rush to the finish line, because, unlike a race, there is no finish line that brings ultimate fulfillment. The idea is to let go of the constant need to achieve or progress, and to instead engage fully with the present, enjoying the dance of life as it unfolds. Seeing life as something to be experienced rather than accomplished transforms our relationship with time and purpose. It encourages a state of being where the small, seemingly ordinary moments are filled with value. It's a reminder that life is not about reaching an end point. It's about embracing the flow, the dance, and the music of each moment. Why are we so driven by the need to constantly improve ourselves? It's a question worth considering, because this relentless pursuit can easily become a trap, a cycle that never ends. Think about it. If you believe you need fixing, then the person trying to fix you is you, who is already seen as flawed. How can something broken repair itself? It's like trying to lift yourself up by pulling on your own bootstraps. This urge to become better usually comes from a sense of inadequacy, a feeling that who we are isn't enough. But the irony is that the more you chase this elusive idea of self-improvement, the more distant it becomes. Why? Because the belief that you're not enough is what keeps you stuck. If you truly knew what you needed, you wouldn't be trapped in this endless loop. How do you even know what needs fixing in the first place? If you truly knew what was right for you, you wouldn't be caught in this endless chase for improvement. The consequences of this mindset extend beyond ourselves. Throughout history, some of the greatest harms have been done under the guise of improving others or society. It's like the story of a monkey who, trying to save a fish, places it safely in a tree, completely unaware that the fish doesn't belong there. So what's the takeaway? Let go of this obsession with improvement. Learn to accept yourself as you are, imperfections and all. And paradoxically, when you stop striving to change, life starts to unfold naturally. You liberate yourself to truly live, and others might even see it as a transformation. But in reality, it's not that you've changed, it's that you've stopped chasing an illusion. Life isn't a matter of positive triumphing over negative, or light overpowering darkness. Instead, there's a deeper truth. These opposites aren't enemies, they're partners. Just as light and shadow depend on each other to create depth and meaning, the difficult and darker aspects of life, pain, chaos, and even moments of despair, are necessary to truly appreciate and experience the good. This understanding reshapes our entire outlook. It helps us see that disorder and challenges are not just obstacles to overcome, but essential elements that give context and value to harmony, peace, and joy. Like how a dark background enhances the brightness of a figure, contrast is what allows beauty to emerge. If we stop viewing life as a battle or struggle for control, and instead approach it as a dance, a harmonious flow where every experience plays its part, it changes everything. The yin and yang, often seen as opposing forces, aren't at war. They're in an effortless dance, moving in sync, reminding us that life isn't a fight to the finish, but a complex yet beautiful interplay. With this mindset, life becomes less about conquering obstacles or forcing outcomes and more about stepping into the rhythm, fully engaging with the present, and finding joy in the dance itself. It's an invitation to embrace the world as it is, dynamic, imperfect, and most importantly, alive with meaning. Life unfolds only in the present. It's a concept that can feel elusive, but when fully grasped, it changes everything. The present moment, though infinitely small and fleeting, is the only space where life truly happens. The past is just a collection of memories stored in the present, and the future is nothing more than ideas and plans forming right now. In this sense, both past and future are illusions, existing only in the mind as we experience them in the present. This understanding shifts the way we approach life. Instead of being trapped by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future, there's an invitation to anchor fully in the present, because it's the only place where reality actually exists. The richness of life, the depth of each experience, is found not in dwelling on what's gone or what's to come, but in being fully alive, right here, right now. If there's no connection to the present moment, then plans for tomorrow lose their significance. Life is happening now, and only those who are truly present can engage with it meaningfully. It's about embracing the now as a gateway to experience life's depth, to find stillness and clarity, and to discover the infinite potential within each moment. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. In this endless cycle of internal chatter, they lose touch with the reality around them and exist in a world of illusions, trapped in endless calculations, opinions, and judgments. But thinking itself isn't the problem. It's necessary and even valuable, like a tool. However, when it dominates our minds, it becomes a terrible master. In modern life, we are often driven by relentless streams of thoughts, losing sight of the real world. We mistake symbols, words, money, and social status for genuine experiences. We want symbols of wealth like bank balances, rather than true wealth and fulfillment. A special occasion doesn't feel complete unless it's photographed, and often the memory of capturing that moment becomes more significant than the moment itself. This distortion of values leads to disconnection from reality. So, what is reality? It's not something that can be expressed in words, measured in numbers, or categorized into ideas. Reality isn't purely material or spiritual. Those are just concepts. It is everything we see, hear, and experience in its purest form. Reality is something we all intuitively know, just like our heartbeat or the growth of our bones, even if we can't fully explain it. To reconnect with reality, we need to silence our overactive minds, which many traditions refer to as meditation. But meditation isn't about forcing the mind to be still, as that would be like trying to smooth water with an iron. It only creates more disturbances. Instead, true calmness arises naturally when we stop resisting and let go of control. To attain true genius in anything, there isn't a step-by-step process you can follow. It's not like learning an instrument or following a recipe. He famously explained that if it were possible to teach people to become great master musicians, there would be dozens of them. But the truth is, genius has to come from within, in your own way. And that's the beauty of life's unfolding. There's no one-size-fits-all path to greatness or fulfillment. Alan Watts' teachings remind us that life is not a puzzle to be solved, nor a contest to be won. It's a dance, a fluid interplay between opposites, between light and dark, joy and sorrow, self and the world around us. And in the present moment, in the here and now, lies the key to all of it.